I've been posting a lot lately. Anyway, so Dman just posted another video. I know. We already did a Kong discussion with King Kong in 100, but Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. I just want to make videos, guys. I just want to make videos. So let's just go ahead and react to 15 things that need to happen with Kong post Godzilla versus Kong. Like I said in the other video with King Kong 19100, they need to make Kong fight a little harder than how he did, because he fought too soft in his film. He fought a little soft.
We've all had some time to think, to imagine a world where we have this.
What's up, everybody? Dman back. Welcome to a brand new video. And today we're going to be talking about 15 things that I would do in a Kong movie post Godzilla vs. Kong. Or with Kong movies, plural, I should say. Or just with Kong, plural, I should say.
Like I said in the other video, I really hope the Monsterverse, the future of the Monsterverse, isn't only Kong. I really hope we get more Godzilla, more King Kong, more just more Rodan. I want the introduction to Gamma, Ultraman, a lot of popular kaijus. Heck, bring in the Pacific Realm. I really want that. A lot of fans want that Pacific Rim crossover. I want it too. So honestly, I want the future of the Monsterverse to have the Pacific Rim crossover. Oh, the soundtrack will always satisfy me. Bam.
Huge shout out to my dentist. I just got back from a dentist appointment, and my dentist is apparently a huge Kong fan. I learned that today. She's very much Team Kong. Good for her, and she sticks with Team Kong the same way I do. So that was cool. It was cool to meet another Team Kong fan out there. Also, I just got done recording my 15 things for Godzilla. I don't know why my brain's kind of all over the place, but I feel like my brain is just like just not focusing on what I want to say. So I don't know if that video turned out well, but I'm going to give this one a shot. Hopefully I can be a little smarter this time. I don't know. Alright, let's jump right into this list. Number 1, I want an overarching story. I talked a little bit about this in the Godzilla one. I want a story for Godzilla and Kong in the next movies, even when they aren't on screen together. First of all, I want them to acknowledge each other's existence. I want the movies to acknowledge Kong in a Godzilla movie and Godzilla in a Kong movie.
I want them to do that as well, so that way it feels like it connects to each other. Because again, this franchise, the Monsterverse, is about two popular icons coming together to fight each other. And now that they're friends, or they're cool, I don't know if they're friends now, but now that they're cool with each other, I think they want to mention each other, so that way the Monsterverse feels more connected.
Them to reference each other. I want them to reference Godzilla vs. Kong, and I just want them to mention that the other one is out there. But I do want an overarching storyline. I think Monarch is a way to do that. You could have Monarch branching them. The way I would do it is kind of having two branches of Monarch the same way they currently do, where you have to.
Yeah, exactly. And don't put too much characters. I said this in my last video, but don't put too much characters to the point where it feels overcrowded. Because that's one of my problems. One of my problems with King of the Monsters in 2014 is that there's too much characters to the point where it feels overcrowded.
Godzilla side and then the Kong side, and so those branches, they might not be totally connected. There's some crossover. I would have some crossovers, but I don't think they should be the most interconnected thing. I think it could actually be really cool if Dr. Ling is on the Kong.
Bring her back, please. Bring her back. I said this in the Godzilla video. Bring her back, please.
But I would have the bad guys be pulling the strings here, creating the plot for all these movies. That's what I would do. Number 2, return to Skull Island both pre and post Godzilla vs.
I mean, to be fair though, D-Man, I don't know if Skull Island is gonna return, because I did hear from someone that Skull Island was no longer inhabitable, or it blew up. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to Skull Island, but they should have explained it to us in the movie what happened to Skull Island.
Skull Island's the most interesting location in the Monsterverse. Maybe the Hollow Earth is going to totally top that. But as it stands, for me, Skull Island's the coolest place we visited
except that it's under the surface. A bigger hole, a bigger skull island under the surface. So Kong basically has a bigger and better and scarier home. So
Like Skull Island, I hope they revisit it. I know they're doing the Kong anime. I hope they spend a lot of time developing the lore of
I forgot about that. The Skull Island series is from Netflix. It's happening. I forgot about that.
Skull Island before Godzilla vs. Kong, and I would like to check up on the island and see how it is after Godzilla vs. Kong. I think one thing that could be cool is if Kong finds the tunnel from Hollow Earth up to Skull Island. I know that.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Like I did hear some theories about Kong exploring the Hollow Earth before Godzilla vs. Kong. Like I want to know, how did Kong get in there? Like how did he know where to go? Like that's what I noticed too. Like how did he get in and how did he get out?
He traveled through that tunnel. It's stated in the novelization for Godzilla vs. Kong that humans can't make that passage, but Kong himself could. So I would love to see Kong make that passage from Hollow Earth to Skull Island so that he could have both of his homes connected. That'd be cool. Just be interesting to check up on the island as well. I know it kind of got destroyed in the last movie, but still. Number 3, a killer soundtrack and a warm look. This is kind of a 2-for-1, but the soundtrack for Kong has always been great, and I'm not just referring to the score. Kong's music is the best of the MonsterVerse aside from the
Oh wait.
based stuff. Godzilla vs. Kong.
He did say. I was just about to correct him there. I was just about to say, King of the Monsters actually has the best soundtrack in the MonsterVerse. I was just about to say. But then he just said that if a Kube Toho music. I was just about to say.
The best stuff is all the Kong stuff. I'm talking about the licensed music. Kong had a really cool 1970s feel in Kong Skull Island, of course, because of the setting, but also because of the paid-for licensed music. Godzilla vs. Kong gives Kong a very interesting.
Yeah, which is kind of embarrassing that Kong in Godzilla vs. Kong has the superior music to Godzilla's. I mean, I'm not gonna lie though, guys. I actually like Godzilla's theme and Godzilla vs. Kong now, but before I used to hate it. Hated it, but now I got used to it, so I'm actually kind of liking it now. So
Musical approach as well. He's kind of got like his own soundtrack playing, and I want to see more of that. I want to hear more of that. I hope they do more.
if I'm gonna be honest to you, I know this is not about Godzilla. This is about Kong, but the music. I really hope they combine the Godzilla vs. Kong soundtrack and the King of the Monsters soundtrack. Because I like both.
Music for Kong. As for a warmer look, I just mean bring back the color palette that we saw in Kong's.
Yeah, one of the things that I liked about Kong Skull Island and King of the Monsters is that their color palettes are beautiful to look at. Yes, Godzilla vs. Kong had colors as well, but there wasn't as much of it. And some shots look fake AF. And Godzilla 2014 rarely even had color. It was just dark stuff all around it. Godzilla 2014 barely even had color. So King of the Monsters and Kong Skull Island had loads of color around them.
And then we got a little.
Yes, I know. Godzilla vs. Kong had neon, but I still prefer. No. In fact, Kong Skull Island, King of the Monsters, and Godzilla vs. Kong had loads of color around them. It's just Godzilla 2014 that did not have color.
Godzilla vs. Kong, just a warmer approach and aesthetic to the Kong stuff, I think is very good. Number 4, show the Titan War. I want to see what the ancient Kongs were up to. I want to see what they did when they built that temple. I want to see the civilization of the ancient Kongs in a flashback, and I want to see the war with Godzilla. I would not bring Godzilla and Kong, the two characters, back.
Yeah, I would not bring them both back. Because I'm aware, because we all know that at the end of the movie, they became friends. Why do I keep saying that? They respect each other. So I would just do the species. And I'll actually see how they build the axe. Because I remember a lot of us thought that Kong would just pull one of the spines off of Godzilla and build and get a big bone and just like wrap it around each other, and that's how the axe is built. But instead, it's an old ancient weapon that was created by the species, when we found out that Kong did not build the axe, it was his species that took one of the Godzilla's spines off and built it. It's an old weapon.
Together for a while. But I would absolutely show the ancient war between Godzilla and Kong in at least a brief flashback showing some of, obviously not all of the war, but showing very small fragments of the war, showing how Kong's made the throne room with all of the axes, showing them take down the massive Godzilla, Earth-sized Godzilla that...
Yeah, I remember a lot of people thinking that was one of Godzilla's species. I don't think that's one of the Godzilla species. I think that's just a completely different monster. Probably cool with Godzilla, I don't know. Yeah.
We see the skeleton of... I want to see the ancient war with the Kongs versus the Godzillas. That could be a really cool opportunity to get more Godzilla vs. Kong stuff happening in the Monsterverse without actually betraying the ending of Godzilla vs. Kong and having them no longer be buddies. They're not really buddies, but they did put their...
Yeah, exactly. They're not really friends, but they respect each other. They realize both Titans realize that they need each other. Kong needs Godzilla to protect the Earth, whereas Godzilla needs Kong to protect the Hollow Earth.
Differences aside, and the war is over. The two of them have made peace. The war is done. It's like the conclusion to the Titan War. It's now officially over. So I think without betraying that, just show the war so that we can see Godzilla versus Kong, but they don't actually have to fight each other. Number 5, explore the Hollow Earth on the ground, Kong Skull Island style. I don't know how you should do this. I think it could be interesting if Monarch wants to explore it. I don't know why they wouldn't just take a heave and fly around the same way they did in Godzilla vs. Kong. So maybe an idea is some people are able to synthesize the technology or they're able to recreate.
Which reminds me, is there like Iwi ancient, like, because on Skull Island we had the Iwi people. Are there like any like ancient humans in the Hollow Earth? I don't think there is. I think it's just only monsters. Because humans, I think it's so far in the Monsterverse, humans have only been in Earth. Up until Godzilla vs. Kong is where humans started to go inside the Hollow Earth because of Kong. But I think, I don't know, is there like Eevee or ancient people in the Hollow Earth? I don't know.
The technology that Apex used to get into Hollow Earth, some companies, some corporations. This could actually be a really cool idea. If some corporations try and recreate technology, they make their own heaves or vehicles.
I actually hope. I really like the heaves or whatever they were called again. The heaves from Godzilla vs. Kong. I actually hope they return, and I actually hope Monarch takes over, because I don't know what happened to Apex after Godzilla and Kong destroyed Mechagodzilla. Yeah, I don't know what happened after they took down Mechagodzilla. Did Apex like shut down, or did they like continue to build more robots or mechs? I don't know what happened. But I don't know what if Monarch takes over Apex and like takes over their technology, all that, and improves from their previous technology.
Capable of making it to Hollow Earth, but because they're not as cutting edge as Apex, when they make the journey into Hollow Earth, they like short out and they can't fly or whatever, and they wind up stranded in Hollow Earth, and now Monarch has to venture out to find them, and so you got people on the ground. That is actually, I think, a great idea. I'm gonna use that in my Kong's pitch idea. That way we can explore the Hollow Earth on the ground and see.
Yeah, because I don't want them in just like looking at screens all day. I actually want them to like run, experience it. That's one of the things that made King Kong 2005 so special, is that the characters are actually exploring. They're like running on the ground instead of just sitting in a room, sitting down, looking at technology all day. All these screens, all this futuristic stuff. And it's cool, but it's like, Jesus Christ, I need some air.
Skull Island but the big version, and have a ton of really cool monsters down.
Yeah, there wasn't as much monsters in the whole Earth in Godzilla vs. Kong. It was only the Warbats. No, not the Warbats. Nozukis. Yeah, that's their actual names. Nozukis. But Warbats sounds easier, so I'm just gonna refer to them as Warbats. I know I prefer Nozuki, but I actually prefer Nozuki because Warbat sounds generic. But Warbat sounds sounds easier. So I'm just gonna refer to them as Warbats.
There too. I want skull crawlers. I want Mother Longlegs back. I want the buffalo, but I also want all sorts of crazy new monsters. Get a bunch of Dougs running around, everything like that.
Titanus Doug.
Some ones that they invent for the next Kong Hollow Earth movie. Okay, number 6. Rebuild Kong's temple and then keep his weapons. Godzilla is a big meanie, and I hate him because he blew up Kong's home right after he found it. I hope that we see that Kong is able to rebuild the temple, or at least get it into a usable condition where he can live there. And then I want Kong to still have his big weapons arsenal. I think that's really cool. It'd be cool to see Kong dual-wielding axes going up against other opponents other than Godzilla, so that'd be pretty sweet. Kind of going along with that, for number 7, I want to see Kong's intelligence continue to grow and develop. Kong is super smart in Godzilla vs. Kong. He has human-level intelligence. I would like to see him continue learning sign language and continuing to be able to communicate with humanity, however rudimentary. I'd still like to see him try. And I want to see him smart and problem solve and do all the Kong things that we know he can do. Number 8, Team Kong returns. I want all of them back. I want Nathan Lind. I want Eileen Andrews.
Yeah, I said this in the other video, but I do want the Team Kong crew back in the new Kong film.
Andrews, and I especially want Gia. We need Gia.
Yeah, everybody liked Gia in Godzilla vs. Kong. Everybody liked Gia. I was actually gonna meet her in the anime Masuri video before I met Dman. I was actually gonna meet her, but we didn't have time. We did not have time.
The world needs her. She's the best part of Godzilla vs. Kong. How could you not bring her back?
She's the best human character in Godzilla vs. Kong. I absolutely rock with Gia. She is one of the best human characters.
And it would break my heart if they had to recast, because if
Bro, they get rid of Gia, that's where you lose my respect. You get rid of Gia, I swear to God, Legendary. I swear to God. Do not get rid of Gia.
Hoddle doesn't want to come back to play Gia. If they have to recast and get somebody new to do it, it would break my heart. But I just want the character to be back and to not die, to stick around and be friends with Kong, to be Kong's.
Bro, I swear to God. That now I'm a little worried. Now that you mentioned it, now I'm a little worried that they might actually do something stupid like that, because they already killed off Serizawa. I miss Serizawa. Please bring him back. At least we have his son, though. At least we have his son.
Family and to see where Kong goes. That's what I want. I want her back. But I want Kaylee to play her because we already have the connection to her. Number 9, new original Titans. I don't want any other Toho monsters going up against Kong. No Gorosaurus. Make new monsters.
Yeah, King Kong 1954’s said this as well, but make it more original. Which, by the way, King Kong doesn't really have, like, big arch nemesis. Godzilla has huge arch nemesis. He has King Ghidorah. Godzilla has King Ghidorah. He has Mechagodzilla. Both of them were in the Monsterverse. We haven't even had Destroyer in the Monsterverse yet, but there was Destroyer. I remember Gigan, Biollante, Space Godzilla, Mecha King Ghidorah. A lot of people actually thought Mecha King Ghidorah was going to be in Godzilla vs. Kong.
We don't need the skull crawlers to be the main antagonist protagonist of the next movie. We've seen that before. I want new monsters. I want new types of monsters. The Warbats were really cool. Nozuki, that was awesome. I'd like to see stuff like that. But I want new monsters, kind of stuff we've never seen before. I hope they cook something up that's really crazy. Like Scylla was a really interesting monster. It's like a weird mix of different creatures. And so I'd like to see Kong go up against stuff like that. Kong and Behemoth is also something that I'd totally be cool to see. I don't think they should fight. I think Kong and Behemoth should be friends. But I'd like to see Kong and Behemoth meet each other. I think that could be a cool meeting on screen. Number 10, Kong meets Mothra. Those are two...
Mothra. I don't actually think. I actually do not think Mothra is gonna be in the Kong film, the next Kong film. I don't really think Mothra is gonna be in there, but I do hope. I also hope Kong meets Mothra. A lot of people have been comparing the two.
Characters that need to meet. It's like insane that they've never met before, and now we have the chance they're both living in the same world if Mothra gets rebirthed, of course. I want to see the two of them together. I want Kong and Mothra to meet. I think that would be incredible. Number 11, Kong as the hero and as the lead. Godzilla vs. Kong is finally the movie that figured it out. You can just point the camera at Kong and let him act as a person. He is a character. He's not just a monster. Keep doing that. I want to see what he's up to. I want Kong to be the...
Yeah, I actually hope they do that as well. As much as I want, like I said, even though I said this in, what am I saying? In the last video, when I watched King Kong 19100's video, as much as I want good human characters, I do want the main characters. When it comes to like Godzilla and King Kong movies, I do want the main characters to be Godzilla and King Kong. But give us good human plots as well.
Lead, and I think you could do a lot with that. And again, have him be the hero. I like having Kong as the good guy. I think...
Yeah, I really hope they do the same with Godzilla. I really hope they do the same with Godzilla. What's wrong, my remote?
Really cool development. Having him go from being like, yes, the one we're rooting for in Kong Skull Island, he is doing the right thing. We should be rooting for him. But he still blows up helicopters and whatever. But then in Godzilla vs. Kong, he's straight up the hero. He's a good guy. He's gone from being like, maybe he'll do the right thing in the pursuit of trying to do his own thing. But now he's actually actively doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. I think that's a very good development to make with Kong. And I would certainly continue down his heroic path in the next movie. This one's kind of optional. Number 12. As if I'm like, come on, Warner, you don't get any choice here. You have to follow my orders, and this one's optional. No, I'm just saying this one, I could take it or leave it. Number 12 is King Kong in New York. If you're ever going to have Kong leave the Hollow Earth, there's only one place I want to see him go, and it's New York City. I want to see the new Kong stacked up in the city the same way that...
Yeah, I know a lot of fans. There's some people out there that wanted the Monsterverse to recreate that scene from the original King Kong film and King Kong 2005 and King Kong 1976. Basically the same story. Basically the original story where King Kong is in New York attacking the city and trying to get away and trying to and climb on the Empire State. That was my favorite part of the original King Kong storyline. Him climbing on the Empire State was a dream. And which kind of questions, how is this specific particular Kong supposed to do it? Not only is he as big, not only is he like as big as Godzilla now, well, not as big as Godzilla, obviously Godzilla's bigger, but you know what I mean. He's literally 337 feet tall, and on top of that, besides Gia, what girl is Kong supposed to be a simp for? How is Kong supposed to simp? He only has Gia, whereas in other King Kong movies, he has to he simps for a blonde. He simps for a blonde, and I don't know.
We saw the old Kong, I think.
Yeah, I'm surprised if they make Gia become this blonde that Kong simps for.
That could be an incredible incredibly interesting look at just how big this new Kong is. We've never seen a Kong bigger than 50 feet.
Exactly. Like I just said, like how are they supposed to like recreate that scene? Kong is like as big as a building now. He's literally closer to the height of Godzilla. How is this specific Kong supposed to recreate that scene from the original King Kong 1933 film?
Around New York City. So let's see how big the 300-foot Kong matches up. It'd be interesting to see him climb the Empire State Building and just like the parallels visually between how it originally looks and now. Number 13.
How are they supposed to do it though? That's what I'm asking though.
13. Kong's family. Kong needs a family. He's so lonely and sad. He needs a family. He needs some of his own kind to find. So in the next movie, I would not have him find a lady Kong. I would have him find a small Kong, like maybe another 100-foot.
Son of Kong. Son of Kong. How many times do I have to go through this? I don't want a Son of Kong film in the Monsterverse. Please, for the love of God, Legendary, do not do it. Do not do it. You guys already have King Kong fight soft in Godzilla vs. Kong. And now to just like get rid of him in order to make another Kong that's probably a little worse. Just no. Just keep this Kong here. Develop him before you just get rid of him for a freaking smaller gorilla.
Kong, maybe a couple 100-foot Kongs. He's the oldest by far, and he has to protect these ones. They're the last ones in the Hollow Earth. They're the last of their kind, and he's the last one there to protect them and look after them. That's what Kong as a character should do. It's just an interesting development for him. It's something we've not really seen before. It could really, really work, and it sounds like we might be getting that with the movie Son of Kong if they make it. Number 14, this one.
Which I hope they don't make it. I keep saying this, but I don't want a Son of Kong film.
The most important on the whole list. Do not kill Kong. I get really worried for some reason that they're going to kill him. They kind of treat him like an old man in Godzilla vs. Kong. Adam Wingard talks about him like he's an old man. He isn't. Kong's like just an adult. Like maybe he's not actively fighting. That's kind of like Wingard says he's like a gunslinger without a fight anymore. So he's kind of out of.
King Kong does. I keep saying this, but King Kong does fight a little soft in this film. Which I really, really hope he fights harder in the next film, because in Godzilla vs. Kong, he fought a little soft. He was a bit too soft. I expected him to be full of rageness, full of anger. I expected him to be more aggressive than Kong Skull Island in Godzilla vs. Kong, but sadly he wasn't. Sadly he wasn't.
Shape and not in his prime by the time Godzilla vs. Kong starts. Okay, fine, that's whatever. Just as long as we recognize that he's still not an old man. I don't want like old man Kong and then he dies. I don't want him to die and be replaced.
Yeah, I do know what. I know they're gonna kill him off. I know, it's kind of a thing with Kong. I know, as a matter of fact, in Destroy All Monsters, if they make a Destroy All Monsters, which is supposedly the finale of the Monsterverse, I know exactly, I can already tell they're gonna kill off Kong. I can already tell there's gonna be an emotional moment with Kong or Godzilla dying. Both of them might actually die. Actually, I already know they're gonna do this Avengers Endgame moment where either King Kong or Godzilla dies. I can already tell they're gonna do it in Avengers Endgame moment. We're gonna have it where in the Destroy All Monsters finale. I can already tell that one of the two monsters are gonna die. Either Godzilla dies or King Kong dies or both of them dies. I don't know.
By a younger Kong.
But I know it's gonna happen. I can already tell.
The Son of Kong. That will so rub me the wrong way. I would be so angry if they did that. Number 15. Call him King Kong. Let him.
Guess what, Dman? Get surprised because they officially confirmed that he is no longer called Kong in the Monsterverse. They confirmed that he is now Kong. He is now called King Kong, King of the Hollow Earth. This is not a joke, guys. They've actually confirmed it. I've read articles and I watched videos about this. They've confirmed it.
Rule the Hollow Earth. Maybe he has to go up against like some monsters antagonizing the smaller Kongs. Like whoever the current king of the Hollow Earth is, it certainly isn't Godzilla. The comic
Yeah, Godzilla's the balance of nature. He restores balance.
books kind of make it seem like the Godzilla comic in particular, Godzilla Dominion, kind of makes it seem like Godzilla's not even welcome in the Hollow Earth. So I don't know who's the king of the Hollow Earth, but let's see Kong go up against that guy and then win and officially get the title King Kong. And he can even be the king of the Kongs, who he is now protecting. Number 16, this one's a bonus for sure. I don't know how the Hollow Earth works. I don't know how the sunset would work. Is it always daytime there? It kind of feels like it would be. But I think it'd be really cool, if at nighttime all of the energy that was glowing dims out and is replaced with just a massive aurora. Of course, how could I not want it? It's my favorite visual in the Monsterverse. How could I not want them to do it again? If there's just like a giant ball of it maybe floating around in the gravitational inversion, or like the whole gravitational inversion changes colors and that's how nighttime works in Hollow Earth, that would be awesome. As for number 17, this is our other bonus, the Hollow Earth banana. This is our only chance to see Kong eating a banana, a King Kong.
A lot of people make that meme a lot. If they actually do that, if they actually do another meme in the Monsterverse, because one of the funniest moments in Godzilla versus Kong is that they really did that tree shoving down. They really had Kong shoving his axe down Godzilla's throat. That was a nice callback. That was a nice callback to the original King Kong versus Godzilla film where Kong shoved a tree down Godzilla's throat. If they actually do another meme in the Monsterverse, it's just fan service it's fan service at this point, but it's funny. It's fan service, but it's funny.
Long-sized banana. We don't know what kind of vegetation grows in the Hollow Earth. Give them a big Hollow Earth banana. You'd be a coward not to do it. Alright, that'll do it for this one, guys. We'll end
Yeah, that was a funny meme.
it with the Hollow Earth banana. Huge thank you to all my patrons on Patreon. You guys are absolutely the best. It goes a really, really long way towards supporting the channel, making sure these videos can still be made. Without it, I would have to go away again, get a traditional job, and then not make videos anymore. So please consider supporting the Patreon if you want videos like this to continue. Through that, you can also get early access to content, access to the Discord community, which I know many people want, and there's lots of benefits there for you to check out.
God, the soundtrack in Godzilla vs. Kong. Jesus Christ. It's actually good to me now. Before I used to not like it, but now it's actually going through my head. It's stuck in my head now.
Now, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time for the next one. Dman out.
Dun, 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 dun. Sorry for what I just did, but yeah, I really hope the next Kong, as much as I am more excited for Godzilla 3 than Kong 2, I really hope King Kong sequel is good. Yeah, that's all I gotta say right now. So I'll talk to you Goji fans later. Bless all of you Kong fans. And I'm out. Treat Kong with respect, legendary. Bye.